hope and pride, a school we will always stand beside through passing years, through changes, challenges, pleasures and tears, as one and all. A mighty spirit standing tall, we will cherish honor and be true to South Miami High.
Good morning, Cobras, and welcome back to this edition of your Cobra TV News. I'm Anika Garcia-Canet.
And I'm Nuriel August.
Students, please remember South Miami is a mandatory uniform school, so while we are online, please wear a white, brown, or orange top. Your athletic or Cobra Pride shirts are also okay, and make sure to have your cameras on.
As the first day of school approached and we were excited to see what new innovations we would be using, our expectations went from 10 to 0 really quick. Our fellow reporter, Danny, takes us through the K-12 roller coaster.
K-12 started off as a new and improved virtual classroom for students to use during these hard times, but soon the tone shifted into a confusing whirlwind of connectivity issues that was difficult for students to navigate. I sat down today with Ethan Cuevas, a junior year student, to ask him about his experience with K-12. Here's what he had to say. So, what were your initial thoughts about K-12?
My initial thoughts were on the first day of actually me using it. It was very hard for me to connect to my classes. Even like just trying to get into the classes, like on a tab, it would never even show up sometimes. Schedule wouldn't even come up sometimes. It was pretty bad for the first week of using it.
How do you feel about Teams and Remind being used as of now?
I think it's a way better alternative than what we were using before. It's a way cleaner service. It's been being used by many people for a long time. Remind is always something I've been using since middle school, so it's very, very good. And Microsoft Teams is just another very good software to use.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Well, so long. Bye-bye, K-12. We won't be seeing you anytime soon.
Cobras, as you may know, when we come back, there'll be a lot of new additions to our school, including a new teacher's lounge, murals all around our school to boost our Cobra Pride, a newly renewed cafeteria, and we even have some new gardening done. If you would like to see more or ask questions about the renovations, sign up to Mr. Lavendero's Remind at SMSH PER 7.
Even though we started school, we are still stuck at home with limitations to go outside. Let's see how one of our Cobras stays creative and active while still at home.
Hey Cobras, I'm Aitana, and here's a list of 5 things you can do during quarantine to keep yourself entertained. Exercise to stay in shape or take up a sport that you find enjoyment in. Also, try to pick up a new hobby such as dabbling in the arts and making new treats instead of always ordering unhealthy foods. Moving on over to mentality, you can start doing certain meditations and keep a journal of goals you have set out to be motivated. I hope you found these tips useful whenever you feel bored at home. This has been Aitana, now back to the anchors.
Ooh, that was interesting. Thank you, Aitana.
Teachers and students, with Governor Ron DeSantis opening stores and wanting to begin Phase 2 of reopening our schools and making a decision before September 30th, it is important to remember until then to make sure to get your online work done, and please wear your masks and wash your hands so we can come back safe and healthy.
Great news, Cobras. The COVID-19 cases has been steadily declining from an outstanding 10,300 cases in July to 3,100 cases today. So please continue to take precautions and things will be back to normal soon.
With voting season coming up, seniors, it is important to get registered and vote. So let's take it to Cindy with more information.
As we all know it, elections are coming up, and the election this year occurs on Tuesday, November 3rd. You can vote in person or request a ballot by mail. Why is it important to vote?
It's important to vote because if you don't, you're giving up your power to someone else. Someone else will make decisions affecting your life. And people have worked too long and too hard for the right to vote to have people who simply take it for granted and don't use it.
There's also a way to vote early starting October 24th all the way till October 31st. Date and times may vary depending on your city. If you do choose to vote in person on election day, then you will be asked for a valid photo ID with your signature and your voter's registration card. However, if you are voting by ballot, then you must request a mail ballot application. Make sure to submit the request to your local election office, as the deadline will be on October 24th. Make sure to get out and vote. Well, those are some important tips and dates that you should keep in mind prior to this election. This has been Cindy Costanzo signing off from Cobra TV.
Thank you so much, Cindy.
We are here with heavy hearts as the news of Ruth Bader Ginsburg broke on Friday night. The notorious Supreme Court Justice passed away at age 87, the cause being complications from cancer in her pancreas. She was the architect of the legal fight for women's rights in the 1970s and served for 27 years on the nation's highest court, becoming one of its most prominent members. Her last dying wish was that she not be replaced before the election.
On Thursday morning, Trump said that he would be defunding the United States Postal Service, and in an additional interview, he stated that he opposed further funds. This money would be used to manage the surge of ballots that are being mailed in response to the voters that are seeking to stay inside during the pandemic. In response to this, Speaker Nancy Pelosi asked the House members to go to the Capitol and vote on the Delivering for America Act that can protect the Postal Service. We will keep you updated as the story unfolds.
J.K. Rowling has once again come under fire from transgender rights activists, this time for her new crime novel, Troubled Blood, which features a cross-dressing serial killer. Fans quickly went on Twitter to express their views, some saying they are disappointed to hear that the author might be mirroring the same long-standing and hurtful presentations of trans women as a threat. Many fans are now abandoning the wizardy world entirely. We certainly hope this story situates itself out. Well, that about wraps it up for this edition of Cobra TV News. I'm Nuriel August.
And I'm Annette Garcia-Canet.
Have a great day.